What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. So, when the Apple Card hit the market a few years ago, it blew up fast, like really fast. And now, just a few short years later, it has become one of, if not the most well-known credit card on the market, with its sleek titanium design, fancy-looking app interface, and of course the fact that it is backed by the single largest technology company in the world, which is kind of an odd statement now that I think about it. And while there's definitely a lot to like about this card, it also leaves a lot to be desired. And personally, I think that there are a ton of better options that can help you maximize your cashback and rewards. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about 4 reasons why you really should avoid the Apple credit card, and of course show you some of the best alternatives to allow you to optimize your spending and earn that sweet, sweet cashback. Alright, let's jump right into it. So I am going to briefly brush up on what the Apple Card has to offer in today's video. However, it's not going to be in a positive light necessarily. So if you are curious about what the Apple Card has to offer in general, then definitely check out the full review video that I did not too long ago, and some of the other versus videos that I've done where I compare the Apple Card to some other popular options. But my first reason for not liking this card will actually help bring you up to speed, and that's because the first reason that I don't like it is because the Apple Card's cashback and other benefits and rewards are honestly just not that great. In fact, compared to some of the other options that we're going to look at later on in the video, I would go as far as to say that the Apple Card's rewards and cashback are pretty bad. So just as a reminder, the Apple Card currently gives you 3% cashback at the Apple Store and a few select merchants, 2% back every time you pay with your card using Apple Pay, and 1% cashback on all other purchases that do not involve Apple Pay. Now, that's definitely a pretty unique cashback structure, and while this card does have no annual fee, it also has no sign-up bonus, and again, that leaves a lot to be desired when compared to similar options that are currently on the market. For example, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card offers you 2% cashback on everything, regardless of whether you use a physical card or Apple Pay, plus it offers you currently a $200 sign-up bonus when you spend $1,000 in the first 3 months. Now, by no means am I recommending a Wells Fargo product because, well, a lot of reasons, but even something like the Chase Freedom Unlimited card offers the same $200 sign-up bonus, 1.5% cashback on all of your purchases, as well as a few bonus categories in certain spending categories. And while 0.5% might sound like a huge difference, assuming that you're getting that 2% cashback on your Apple Card, I assure you that 0.5% is not that big of a deal, and you would actually have to spend $40,000 in order to earn that $200 sign-up bonus that Chase is going to give you. And I don't know about you, but I am definitely not going to be spending $40,000 on a credit card anytime soon. So if you use Apple Pay for everything, then yeah, getting 2% back is pretty decent, but the fact that you have to use Apple Pay in order to get that 2% immediately puts this card behind a number of options, including the SoFi credit card, the Citi Double Cash card, the Citi Custom Cash card, the Wells Fargo Active card, and a ton of others. Now, the second reason that I don't like the Apple Card, and perhaps I'm a little bit bitter, but that's because the qualification requirements are a little bit sporadic and confusing in my opinion. Now, to be completely transparent and honest with all of you, for those of you that don't know, I have applied for the Apple Card twice, and I was denied twice, and to be honest, I really don't understand why. I have a credit score in the high 700s, a fairly consistent income, and I've qualified for what I feel are much higher end credit cards from companies like American Express. So it doesn't really make sense to me why I was denied from the Apple Card. And while it definitely has worked out for the best, and I'm happy with the cards that are in my wallet, yes, I am still a little bit bitter and confused about all of this. But even outside of my own experiences, I have seen a lot of what I would call inconclusive data on what exactly is necessary in order to qualify for the Apple Card. In some cases, I hear about people with scores in the low 600s qualifying, which some could argue is considered subprime lending, while other individuals get denied with a score in the high 700s. And while Apple does give some very vague guidance on their website, and they have what they call a very helpful tool called the Path to Apple Card, it just seems to be very sporadic and inconsistent in my opinion. So yeah, maybe I'm a little bit bitter, but if you've had an odd experience with getting approved or denied for the Apple Card as well, then I would love to hear about that down in the comment section. Now, that brings us to the third reason that I really don't like the Apple Card, and that's actually the Apple Card's app, and this one can be broken down into a few separate categories. First of all, Apple is incredible at designing both hardware and software and integrating those two things together, and the Apple Card is a fantastic example of that. And while the app is incredibly well designed, it is beautiful and easy to learn and use and all of that good stuff, and it really embodies everything that is the brand of Apple, personally, I think that it's a little bit dangerous. Now, I know that that sounds really weird, but what I mean by this is it almost makes it too easy to justify accruing interest on your credit card. And as you hopefully know, you never ever want to carry any balance on any credit card for any reason. Now, typically at this point, I would say that if you are going to carry a balance on a card, then just do yourself a favor and go ahead and cut that up. But considering the Apple Card is made of titanium, that's probably not the best idea. So maybe just fold it in half or get an angle grinder or something, I don't know. But get rid of it if you are going to carry a balance on that card. But getting back on topic, the Apple Card has this really fancy interface that shows you how much interest you will owe and what your balance will be over time based on different payments. And in a lot of ways, it almost makes it into this weird incentivized game, and personally, I think that it is just really dangerous. Now, my other point with this one is that the app is very limited and does not allow you to sync any other financial accounts or credit cards, meaning you can really only keep track of the Apple Card within this app. On the flip side of this coin, if you got a product like the SoFi credit card, well, not only are you able to track your SoFi credit card balance and all of that good stuff, although again, you shouldn't have a balance, but you can also link other credit cards, other loans, and even banking and investment accounts as well to keep track of all of your financial accounts under one platform. Now, I recognize that in the case of SoFi, that's kind of a separate service that they offer with SoFi Relay, but there are a lot of different credit cards that allow you to attach other financial accounts, and really, that allows you to get a quick snapshot of everything without having to log into 10 different apps. Now, I would never in a million years expect Apple to actually allow you to do something like that, but it's just another way of them pulling you into their ecosystem and keeping you there for eternity, because switching is just way too much of a headache. And lastly, the fourth reason that I do not like the Apple Card, and probably the most important reason, actually has nothing to do with Apple. And that's because the Apple Card is backed by Goldman Sachs. If you follow my channel really closely, then you probably know that when I'm reviewing any financial product, one metric that is really important to me is the moral compass of the company behind a financial product. Now, I know that that might sound odd, but that's the exact reason why I give companies like Wells Fargo such a hard time, because they've been caught up doing some really shady stuff, and that just doesn't sit well with me, and unfortunately, Goldman Sachs is just as bad. Now, I'm not going to get into the details too much in this video because that's not the scope of today's video, but in 2016, Goldman Sachs was caught basically helping the Malaysian Prime Minister to launder money into his own private bank accounts, and this benefited Goldman Sachs to the tune of roughly $600 million. Of course, when Goldman Sachs was confronted about this, they denied it and said it was just because of a few rogue employees, but then later on, they admitted to it, saying that they, quote, knowingly and willingly bribed foreign officials in order to get this account and basically get in on this shady deal. And since then, they have even paid billions of dollars just to stop the probe into their company, because I think they are a little bit afraid about what else they might find. So while that last one might not be very important to you, again, the moral compass of the company backing a financial product is really important to me, because especially when it comes to personal finances, I want a company that I can trust who isn't going to be doing shady stuff with foreign officials or, I don't know, opening bank accounts in my name without me knowing. Wells Fargo. So if you currently have the Apple Card or you've seriously been thinking about getting it, then that's awesome, and I hope that it helps better your financial situation. But if you're on the fence, then hopefully this gave you something to think about, and for the sake of being thorough, if you are on the fence, then I would definitely check out something like the SoFi credit card or the Citi Double Cash Card, which will both give you that same 2% cash back, have no annual fee, and in a lot of ways, have a ton of additional benefits that the Apple Card just does not have. So I know that this video is probably not going to be popular with everyone because you have those Apple Card junkies who just love it because it's made of metal, and that's okay because I love when we have different opinions. So I would love to know what you think of the Apple Card down in the comment section below, and whether or not you plan on getting this product and why. As always, if you did get value out of this content and you want to help support me, the easiest way to do that is actually checking out some of my favorite financial tools down in the description below, many of which will give you some free money when you sign up, which we always love. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this in the future. And of course, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it so much. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.